Good afternoon. Welcome to Planet Mojo. It's been an action-packed day. It's Cindy's birthday, and a lot of stuff went on already. But this afternoon, I'm going to try to get this last flat of little Bluestem in the ground. I already watered in here this morning. I watered pretty heavy, and this is dry already. That one, these are okay. I might have missed this. I filled the bottom of these with water. I must have missed this one because these are getting crusty already. That's how I get the dead ones. These were bone dry. I watered them yesterday and they were bone dry this morning and yellowing up. These looked so good just a couple days ago, and now they're all kind of sickly looking. They'll be fine, but they have to get in the ground. All of this stuff has to get in the ground. But it was, like I said, Cindy's birthday today, and the well broke last night. So the first thing I'm going to do is run up by the well and tell you that story. Then we're going to go get this flat put in the ground, and I'm going to go look at the vineyard. I haven't looked at the vineyard in probably 3 days, and I need to see if it's time to spray yet. So let's go look up at the well. Okay, last night I was sitting in my office and producing the video that came out this morning, I believe, and I heard a sputtering from the bathroom. So I went and checked. It sounded like it came from the toilet. So I checked the toilet, and then I flushed it, and no water was coming out. So I checked the sink, and like muddy, rusty water was coming out. So I grabbed a flashlight. This is right after midnight, and I walked up here, and it was a beautiful night, just a perfect temperature, no wind, and we're so far from the big city that it's jet black. If you look at the night pictures of the United States, we're in one of the darkest areas. So you could see the Milky Way was just beautiful. And if you stare up long enough, you can start to see all the different satellites and stuff moving. Really cool. But anyways, I came up here and checked that hydrant, and it was just blowing a little bit of water, but mostly just air. So the well was definitely broke. So Cindy and I, at night last night, took the gator down to the neighbor's place, and we have a key. We got in and got some water from there, and then this morning we turned on their hydrant and loaded up with water, and then guy came and fixed it, put on a new meter here, or a new gauge. It's been at like 35, and now it's at 55, that's pretty cool. This thing was full of spider webs, and it was pretty nasty. So we got that done. But after I came up here, I was walking back, and I noticed that the trees didn't look quite right from a distance. And so I came up to one, and each leaf had a big fat June bug holding onto the underside of it. And it doesn't look like they did any damage at all. But there was, on like this one right here, probably had, a dozen and a half June bugs on it. Some of them had like 20 or 30 June bugs hanging from the bottom of them. I have no idea what that was all about. So if you can tell me, please put it in the comments below. Yeah, they're such an ugly bug. I went to every plant and flicked them off. Like this one here was just loaded with them. Yeah, no damage whatsoever. And it's doing really well. I'm hoping this grows at least a foot or a foot and a half this year in height and width. There's already at least 3 inches growing right there, so that's pretty good. All right, let's get back down and grab the little Bluestem and all my planting gear, and then let's go check out the vineyard. I have a spray coming up there, and I gotta see how it's doing. Yeah, so I don't know how much this is gonna cost for the well repair, but I believe, we didn't get the bill yet, but I believe it was just that gray box, which is the pump switch, I believe, and the gauge, of course. I know it's nowhere near as much as a pump, so we got that going for us. So it's getting pretty late. I'm not sure which one I should do. Probably, I think I'll do this one and do it right out back. I was going to do it down by the vineyard and then show the vineyard, but I do have to see the vineyard to know when to spray, so I got to get down there. So I'll take this one and we'll do it right back here, but I will head down to the vineyard as well. I think I'll just head down there as soon as I get these in the ground. So how I did this before, I planted over here. I'll show you that. So I was planting in here this morning between running down to the end of the road and getting water and doing stuff for Cindy's birthday. We had the big reveal of the bench that we made, Natalie and I made, and stuff like that. So it's kind of a very interrupted day. So I was planting through here, and the well guy knows our neighbor down at the end of the road. So he came in between jobs. So he came pretty much right away, and the well's right there. So I had a hard time filming with them guys like standing right there. So I gave up and went and had lunch, and then I fell asleep. So now I'm back at it, and it's pretty late. That's one right there. And they are kind of scattered around. I hope I'm not stepping on them, but I don't think I am. I'm trying to step on the perennial rye. So they have a good deal of water below them. Yeah, I planted a couple singly, and then as I moved down further, I planted like 4 in an area. So if we can come across one of those areas, it'd be a little easier to show you. Okay. Right here, we got one right there, one right there, and one right there. And it looks like one right there and one right there. So, like I said, these got a good deal of water below them. Dig a hole fairly deep, make it nice and loose down there, fill it up with water, put the plug in at the top, and kind of pack the little plant plug in there. And that should give them enough water to last until the next rain. And by that time, their roots should take, and they should be off to the races. I have no idea how many are going to take, but it doesn't take a whole lot of them. Yeah, that's that first one. All right, let's grab all the stuff. I'm going to plant right through there, get to the other end, and then we'll head over to the vineyard. I get down here and I'm ready to get planting, and then I realize I couldn't water this morning because I had no water. This is the buffalo grass, this and that whole patch over there. So I've been watering for the last hour. It's kind of hard to see on this one, at least right now it is, but you can really see the buffalo grass on the other one. I could see a bunch of it right there. When the sun gets a little lower, you'll be able to see it. You can see there's a bunch of seeds right on the ground right here, and I think actually some of them are sprouting. Yep, that one is right there. Because the temperatures have warmed up, it's like the perfect temperature right now for this to sprout. So I don't want these to remain dry for very long. Hi, big kitty. So I had to get these watered, and I'm going to have to water them again before the sun goes down. And it's like 5 o'clock, so I got to really hustle and get these in the ground. I think I'm going to work my way along the bottom of the buffalo grass, so I'll be able to show you the buffalo grass and tell you why I can't plant the little bluestem where the buffalo grass is. So let's gather up all my stuff and get over there and start planting. So I'm not sure if you can see this or not, but there's a green fuzz on this whole area. I don't think there's as much down here, but I tossed seed here, so I will be getting some. So what I'll do is probably dig like 4 holes, maybe 5, just right in this little area, about 18 inches apart or so, and get 4 or 5 of them in, and then move right over there and just kind of get this area right here. Okay, I got 5 holes here. Get some time-release fertilizer on it. And then I'm going to fill them with water. The big key for these is having enough water below them. See, if I fill the holes up like this, they will have water for, probably 3-4 days. At least long enough for the roots to get established. Because I can't get down here and water these. I might be able to hit these with the hose from up there, but other than that, the majority of these are on their own. Okay, I'm going to let these soak in a little bit and get some holes over there. All right, I just got 4 of them planted here. Or is it 5? No, it's 5. And this hole right here, I started filling it and it just kept going. It's a big hollow under there. It's most likely a mole house. All right, I got a good amount left, so I need to get 6 in this spot, and you can see that there's buffalo grass. Oh, it's pretty much all over the place, but it's not at this lower edge, so I'm going to try to get it along this edge, and then I'll have myself a little grassy knoll. All right, so 6 right along this edge, and then I'll move right over there. All right, got one there, and that was another kind of endless hole. Another one there. They look a lot better once they're in the ground than they do in the flat there. Another one there, and another one there. When I come through here and fertilize this the next time, I'm going to make sure to fertilize this whole area too. I don't want to walk around here as much as possible because there's little baby grass coming up all over the place and I don't want to kill it. So let me get done with this. All right, this is going to be my last area. However many I have there, I'm going to work my way from up in there, around here, and end up right here and get rid of the rest of these. And then tomorrow I will be planting a bit in there and then down into that north woods. So as soon as I get these in the ground, we'll go check on the vineyard and have a nice look over there. Okay, that's the last of it. Sorry I couldn't show very much. I'm in a big rush before the sun goes down. These are the last ones, and they're not the best looking ones of all of them, but I think all of them are going to make it. So there's my empty flat. Got a couple dead ones in there. So I'm going to go put this stuff away, and then we'll head down to the vineyard and take a look at the vines. And then we'll look at the little bluestem that's right up over here on the way back. Okay, this is the little bluestem, and if you're new to the channel, I burnt this area not too long ago, and then none of the little bluestem was up at the time. And then I went through and sprayed with glyphosate, and this stuff right here is all weed grass. And I do believe it's dying from the glyphosate. This is the little bluestem, the stuff that's in a mound right here. They're all over the place. Some are much bigger than others. There's actually little bluestem, big bluestem, and Indian grass in here. And I can't tell the difference at this stage. Yeah, surprisingly big areas in between them, but I guess there's one right there, one right there. They're just a little late. So that is what the little bluestem will look like. This is 3 years old. Out in front, that right there is side oats grama, and that is bottlebrush grass, and I think there's there's a rye in there as well. Canada rye or something in there. So it's pretty easy to manage this stuff. You just burn it every couple of years, and you can spray glyphosate every year until you get it established. Then you can let the broadleaf stuff grow in it, as long as it's not weeds. Like that right there, I have no idea what that is. It's a cool season grass, and it's way bigger than the other ones, so I really don't know what it is. I'll have to wait till it seeds. Yeah, this was actually just sprayed not that long ago, and we have some broadleaf stuff here again already. Kind of hard to keep it down. Okay, let's take a look at this vineyard. I think we have regular grass from the lawn growing in here, and I will probably have to spot kill this, or maybe just leave it the way it is. I don't know. I'm going to be planting all along the front this year. That not side oats, what is that, prairie drop seed is going to go all along the front, and that makes like a 2 to 3 foot mound. And I'll be putting the purple love grass and probably June grass along the other side. That stuff will grow in anything. Well, you've probably seen the June grass. The only place I have it is right in front of the house. Maybe I'll show it on the way back, but let's get down to the vineyard. All right, I am seeing green. So they're opening up. Got some actual leaves showing. And some are going to do better than others. So I got to kind of equalize the stage that I'm calling this. This is a second year vine. So this one will have some pretty big buds on it. Yeah, I don't know why this is here. I really got to get down here and prune. So this is beyond bud swell. I forget what this stage is called, but within a couple days these are all going to be leaves, and the next spray is at 2 to 4 inches, and that's going to happen right away. So tomorrow the forecast says that it's going to rain in the evening, and then the day after it's going to rain all day, and then we have 5 days of sunny weather. So I'm going to spray right after the rain. These need to be 2 to 4 inches, and I don't think there's any way they're going to be beyond 4 inches in 2 days, but they definitely could be at the 2-inch mark. And even if they're not at the 2-inch mark, I'm spraying, and that'll last me till after the next rain. Well, according to the forecast, that'll last me till after the next rain, and that would be damn near perfect, because the next spray is in 7 to 10 days. So the way it looks right now, the next rain would come in right at that point, right at the perfect time. Yeah, that's definitely a leaf right there. Yeah, this one, that's a full leaf right there. Yeah, things are going to start to move real quick now. And I don't have all of my stuff planted. That's the big problem. So I have to get almost all of that stuff planted tomorrow if I'm going to stay on track. So it's going to be a big job. I still didn't tighten these wires. Look at how droopy that thing is. Natalie and I will have to get down here and tighten these up tomorrow. Well, maybe not tomorrow, but it's got to be before these things get too long, the shoots get too long. It'll just start getting too heavy, and then it won't get tightened. Yeah, she looks beautiful. Alright, so if you want to see the progress on this stuff, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comments section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps us out greatly. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.